Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy T-Lo.
Yo, what's Gucci? This your man Tweet.
What up, y'all?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy T-Lo.
Yo, what's Gucci? This your man Tweet.
What up, y'all? DJ Kid Fresh.
What's up, it's your boy RL.
And we're next.
And you're rocking with The Rebirth every Monday at 7 p.m.
With your host, Shay Marriott.
Let's go.
And Eli Isabel.
At Philly Jam 95.3 FM.
Good evening and welcome to the Rebirth on Philly Jamz 95.3 FM. I'm your host, Shay Marriott, and of course, I got my sidekick over here.
Yo, it's your boy Eli Isabel, a.k.a. The South Got Something to Say. Philly Jamz 95.3 Rebirth. What's good? Happy Monday, y'all.
Happy
Shay,
Monday.
what's cracking, sis?
What's up, man? Listen, we had off last Monday.
Yes,
it's good to be back.
We did. Did you enjoy your holiday weekend?
I did.
Okay.
Enjoy
Did
my
you barbecue?
Weekend.
What did you do?
No, I actually went to a friend's house for a barbecue. Yeah.
Freeload.
Barbecue. Why it gotta be a freeload? It was an invite.
Did you bring something?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Come on now. You
I
know I
just
don't
wanna
roll
know.
like that.
It's okay, though. Because I feel like if
What
you
did
have
you do? Because
Listen,
if you say you barbecued and I didn't get an invite.
I was in Ocean City. You already know
That's
that.
right. That's right.
I was stuck in traffic on
right.
Memorial Day coming home.
You're right. Okay.
I took the slow route.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's good, man? How was your weekend? Let's
That's
get into
right.
that.
I also did the
yes.
the rum and reggae cruise on Memorial Day weekend down at the Chesapeake.
I
so
saw
that
you.
was
I
fun.
saw you like you was real tipsy.
You know what?
Well,
No, I wasn't.
you look like you was nice.
I was sleepy. I was tired.
I know what you had.
Whatever.
I know you like
Anyway,
that. I know what you
It
had.
was fun. It was a good time. We had a great time. How was my weekend?
Yes. How was your weekend?
Was amazing. It was amazing. My son graduated from Odyssey Charter School, senior.
Shout out
One
Xavier.
down, one to go.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
Yeah. So we had a good time, and man, I cried like a. There's some footage. I cried. Oh, y'all see the footage up there? I cried like a baby.
Did you?
I did.
Did you get your water on? Because I know
he
you
was holding me
dehydrated.
right there, man. Yeah, I couldn't help it. Serious, the whole time. So it was good. I was so proud of him. And then of course, last night we had the
Got the
skating
skate
party.
party
We had
on.
the graduation skate party at Christiana Skating Ring. Thank you for coming out.
No doubt. Did
Yeah.
you know I can do a little 1-2.
But
I
you
just-
sure didn't do it.
last
you
night-
didn't do it.
See, I don't skate on Sundays. I got a rule.
Okay.
I only do my 1-2 on
Okay.
Friday and Saturdays. That's the Lord's Day.
Okay.
I don't really.
I cannot. But you need to stop.
I'm saying I save some things because
You
it's the
just be
Lord's
making
Day
up stuff.
as I go along.
It's all good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it
good.
was
So
cool.
congratulations to Xavier
Thank
and
you.
and
Thank
Norm
you.
and
Thank
Shannon
you.
and like the whole crew, man.
Next step, DSU.
Can I take 1 minute and applaud y'all?
Go ahead. Don't start. Man,
I
don't
want
make
to
me cry.
applaud. Don't cry. Here's what I want to applaud because this does not always happen. I was really proud and happy to see the adults together and making it about your son. I think that's dope when we can come together when things, people outgrow each other, whatever. But you guys came together and you made it dope for him. So I applaud y'all. Tosh, give me one more. I applaud y'all on, coming together as a family unit for my man, for
you.
Xavier. That was dope.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
I appreciate that. It's about our kids, and I think it's important that,
I'm your dog. You know how to make sure you're all right.
he's showing out tonight, y'all.
We get that up out of there for you.
It's important. It's
Yes.
important. You going through a divorce or whatever, you went through a divorce or whatever, it's important to be able to have a healthy co-parenting relationship for your children. It just
Absolutely.
is, man. It really is. So I thank God for that, and I think because of that, that's why, we have some amazing sons, So
Yeah.
yeah. How was your weekend?
My weekend was what I do? I came to you.
Ooh, you doing
I
one
went
of
to
my
two.
numbers.
No, I went to
Couldn't
two.
remember.
I went to two graduation situations because I had some kids that one of my coworkers' son had a thing, and then I came to your son's thing on Friday. You can pass off. We're adults. So yeah, it was good. It was relaxing, man. I didn't do too much. I didn't do anything that I didn't want to do.
Okay.
So that's a good weekend for me.
Okay.
So yeah,
Hey, sounds good.
that's a good weekend for me.
So we have an amazing show
Man.
tonight. As you know, guys, June is Father's Day month. We don't celebrate Father's Day just on Father's Day. We actually should be celebrating it more than we should, right? Because I know you always say fathers get the short end, and I agree.
Do we not?
But last year, we decided to dedicate June to all men, having all men on our platform every Monday and celebrating our men in honor of Father's Day. So before we get into our show tonight, we have some events that's going to be coming up. I want to get you guys in the know. Coming up June 17th, Eli and I will be hosting the Juneteenth celebration and festivities at the Riverfront. And our special guest will be Chubb Rock, will be in the building. So make sure you come
school.
out. It's a free event from starting at 10 a.m. Actually, the parade is going to be starting, I believe, in Rodney Square. And they're going to be marching down to the Riverfront where they have the celebration starting at 12. But we got to be there a little bit earlier.
Are we marching?
No, it's gonna be.
I
hot.
missed
I'm
the
not
one from
marching.
Selma to Montgomery. I might want to jump in on this one.
I'll meet you at the Riverfront, bro. So that's Juneteenth celebration, June 17th, Saturday. Make sure you guys check it out. What else we got going on? And that's actually presented by Deja. So we had Mrs. Brenda Gutner was on the show a couple weeks ago. And now we have another thing going on every Thursday and every Sunday. Tosh, go to the flyer because I can't remember it off the top. There we go. Old School Sundays, which is the music is by DJ Cousin Pete. And this is going to be at the Palico. If you guys know where the old Clareton Hotel is in Newcastle, Delaware, right by the bridge, that is where it's going to be. Old School Sundays, day party. So make sure you guys check that out. And I also believe they have a Thursday night that they're also going to be doing, I don't know if it's a live band or party, but you guys will see the flyer come up in a minute. Make sure you check them out if you're looking for something to do here in the state of Delaware. So you can't say there's nothing going on. There is something going on. And this will be going on through the whole summer. All right.
All right. So let's get into it. So I'm gonna make this. I'm just gonna do Tosh. I'm just gonna do right here, right now, because I want to get into it with my guys. I don't want to waste too much more time. So right here, right now. Go ahead, Tosh. Do your thing. I be moving too fast, though. We're gonna save her for next week. Gonna save Boo for next week. I got her. We're gonna make sure she get her props. But this is something I think concerns probably everybody in the room. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe I'm the only irresponsible 50-year-old. So, as you know, that Biden and McCarthy, they've been going over this debt ceiling thing. They was trying to get everything figured out so the government would not bankrupt. So one of the things in this whole thing that was very important to me was them continuing to delay them student loans. So as of right now, you're still not gonna have to pay. Like I had a payment plan going prior to COVID-19, so it's been like put on the sideline for like 3 years. So that will not be coming back in August. So,
really?
Yeah, according to the stuff I researched today, it will right now part of the deal. But now it still could. The Supreme Court makes the final decision. And we know there's 6 conservatives on there. And they ain't really about giving the people anything. So it has to go before them. But however, I'm praying that it doesn't happen because my credit look awesome as a mofo.
Right.
With them
Without
student
the
loans
student
over
loans
there.
on there. I feel
Brother
you.
up there like a mother.
I feel you.
So that everybody got student loans, let's continue to keep our fingers crossed. However, I did complete that paperwork to get my thing forgiven.
Okay.
So that's a process, though.
So wait a minute. So
Yes.
if it's not coming back in August, when are they trying to have it come back?
They didn't say. Biden is trying to delay it a little longer. I don't know. I don't care. Just not in August. I got some
All right,
things.
I didn't know that.
I'm
So
trying to
that's-
get a new crib. I don't need that sitting there.
Yeah, right. You better hurry up and do what you need to do before
Listen,
it come back on.
listen. I'm on the speedy trajectory right now. When I saw that August, I panicked. I was like, oh shit, it's coming back. I don't need that 60 grand sitting up there. do away with that, sir.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we
I
gonna
didn't
see,
even
man.
hear
Keep your
that.
fingers crossed, and hopefully that continues to be delayed for a little bit
Do
longer.
you know when it's supposed to go in front of the Supreme Court?
Probably very soon, because
Okay.
the Republicans are really mad at McCarthy. They felt like that they didn't get what they wanted, and he gave in. So it's not over, and he really needed some. Biden needed some bipartisan support to even get this stuff through in the first place. But they're fighting back against it.
Okay.
So we will see. So I keep up things, that concern me. All the other stuff,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, thank you, because I didn't know. So thanks for the update. Shout out to Mark Harris and Raphael Baseman Jones. Thank you guys for joining
Oh,
us
Baseman,
tonight.
what's up, brother? Player is in the building. All right, y'all. So listen, tonight, man, we got a phenomenal show for y'all tonight. As Shay said earlier, we want to take June and just honor men and just our contributions to our families, to society, and just put especially black men in a different light, man. So I thought, who could I have on better on our first show of the month, man, than two of my guys. Known these cats since 1989. Yeah. When I step foot in the D. So I'm gonna introduce the man to my right, man. Is my boy Tiff McCullough. He is an assistant principal at Mount Pleasant High School. My man Tiff D.O. Double.
Nice,
Welcome
okay.
to the show, baby.
What's up? Thanks for having me, dog.
No doubt, no doubt.
Welcome.
Me and Tiff were roommates at Wilmington College, so when we left C-Rod, we still kind of never parted ways. Not right away, we didn't. And but listen, we're gonna mosey on over to my left. Y'all right, my man. Yo, listen, this guy right here, one of the funniest people you ever want to meet, man. Probably one, and don't get it twisted. You're looking at him on the screen, but one of the greatest athletes to ever touch a football field. Hell, a basketball court too, low key.
Wow, nice.
Yo, listen, give it up for my man Demetrius Stevenson,
Welcome.
affectionately known as Meat, aka D Train,
Yes,
D
sir.
Train.
Yes, sir.
Big Train.
Big Train. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, baby.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you invite me on, man.
Yeah,
Happy
man.
to be here, man.
Here's the crazy part. Here's the irony in it all. And our boy Marcus on the live. What
My
are the
guy.
odds of us all working with kids as adults?
Oh, we
Y'all ever think about that?
No.
I
did it at the same time.
Not until you just mentioned it.
We all, my core four, us four, we all work with kids.
I'd have never thought that in high school.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's definitely
That's something, right?
yeah,
Mark,
that's definitely right.
down in Florida,
Correct.
y'all?
Yeah, and I think that's due to like our way we came up. Back in the day, we grew up in the best. I believe we grew up in the best times. You know what I mean? And getting outside, man, and just go outside and
We just
in the morning
hooped.
and hoop,
Yeah.
play
All day
sports, play ball, all that, and just enjoying childhood and just.
Yeah.
And I think that's instilled in us,
Right.
and I think that's what we're paying it forward, and we're just giving it back. At least that's
Yeah,
my motivation.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I agree. What you
important.
think, Tiff?
Definitely, because athletics was a big part of our lives. And through athletics, we developed a passion for children. So, that's something that I take pride in every day.
Absolutely.
I'm 27 years into the game, and
Wow.
And I look forward to making that 51-minute drive every morning to Mount Pleasant High School, and some of these kids I mentor, and
Yeah.
just try to be a positive force in their life every day.
So with that being said, I'm just curious, what would you guys both say to now your 18-year-old selves? If you could have a talk with Tiff at 18 and me at 8, what would you say to 18-year-old Tiff after being in the world for a while now?
Honestly, at 18, you think you know everything, and I wish I would have retained a lot more in terms of what older people, shared with me when I was 18. I'd probably be better off now than I am.
Pretty damn good though.
Got there a little faster though.
I feel you. What about you,
Yeah,
me?
same thing. I would just my 18-year-old self. If I could have a conversation, just be patient and don't rush it.
Yeah.
And I with my 3 kids, I tell them the same thing because, they're in such a rush and such a hurry to
Yeah.
grow up and become adults. And I'm like, listen, adulthood is not what it's cracked up to be. It's not what you think it is. And just enjoy your childhood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The song back in the days when I was young. I'm not
Yeah.
a kid anymore.
Right.
But some days I wish I was a kid again. That's me every day.
Every
I
day.
would, yeah. And
Die to go back.
Yeah, just be patient, and let things let things mature, let things take their place. Just be patient.
Yeah. You know what I tell these kids, and I tell my own, and I'm great. Now I have an example for Haley because Iana she'll be 24 next month, and she's always talking about, I remember when I used to say, I can't wait to be grown, because she associated with being grown with being able to go to the club and have a drink, and not all that other stuff that comes with it. And I always say, listen, this is your childhood right here. This is adulthood. Rock this out. Because this is the only time in your life where you're not gonna have any real responsibilities. You think cleaning up your room and just getting your homework done, being in the house at a certain time that's not even close. This is the time where you don't have any bills to pay. People are giving you money. When the last time people don't give me money? If I go to college right now, nobody's giving me $100 for a.
I know that's right.
So this is the time, right? This is the time now, and I think I've gotten Haley to buy into that.
Yeah.
Like this is it. Like and I always tell kids, you go to college, you get 4 more years of BS a little bit before real life really kicks in. So you got to do it if you're able to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Look,
Absolutely.
Mark Harris said I would have asked Train. I would have. Wait a minute. I would ask, would Train get that swole?
Hey, you know what? Good question.
All right, Mark.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, lifting weights is my anchor, man. That's what holds me down.
Yeah.
What you benching right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I can go in there and throw a 535 right now.
Oh wow.
Small car.
Yeah, 535.
Little Kia.
Yeah. But when I was definitely in the game and really doing it, the 6+,
Damn, I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
you're my friend, not my enemy.
Yeah.
So weightlifting is what you do to kind of relax and to kind of like.
Yeah, like I said, that's my anchor. So, whenever I'm, at work and, you just had the stress from work and the stress of the day, it just calms me down. You go in there and you get that. I don't know. I can't really explain it, but it just.
It's a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, some people do yoga and to meditate and stuff like that. Me, I just throw around some steel and I'm good.
What about you, Tiff?
I mean, I still play ball, so ball is still my outlet. Play golf here and there, and I do a lot of stuff outside, hunting and fishing, and
Okay.
All the stuff.
Got that from your dad.
Oh yeah, all the stuff Pop shared with me, when he was on this earth. So.
Great man.
This is my
Much
guy,
love,
man.
Mr.
Miss
Mac.
him every day, man.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Mac. Yes, sir. Good dude. He was a father figure to me too, because
All of us.
I didn't have a father growing up,
Yeah.
So, I mean, he took me under the wing and treated me like I was one of his own.
He thought
So-
the world of y'all, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was my guy. I told you what he said to me when he found out I was a Cowboys fan. he said Cowboys. He was sitting in his recliner. He looked up at me. He said, Ed, I ain't never been more disappointed in you in my life. And he was dead serious. So I said, well, what were the other times? He said, don't worry about that. We stay focused.
Yep.
What was
I
the
said,
scene?
wow, Eagles.
Eagles.
Die
all day.
hard. Good dude, man.
So I have a question. I heard you say that working out relaxes you, and it's the same with me. I love going to the gym. That's my outlet. So I look at it as a way of practicing self-care.
Yep.
But one of the things that we do, both of us are in I'm a mental health therapist, but that is something that I actually recommend
Absolutely.
to a lot of my clients that don't want to take medication, that may be dealing with depression and anxiety, is to work out because of the release of the different chemicals that is happening that will help.
Yeah.
So working out, what other things do you implement into your self-care? Because I think that is important for men, especially black men, to understand that self-care is important, because there's a lot. You guys go out in the world and you're faced with so much in the world, and sometimes a lot of our black men come home and they're faced with a lot of things at home as well, right? If things are not right in the home.
Right.
So what are some of the practices that you may implement in your daily life, or even in your week, that helps with that?
So for me, and I know my wife is she's listening, and but I'm a communicator, so I'm a big communicator, so I talk.
That's good.
Yeah. So if anything is on my heart or anything that's on my mind, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna speak on it. And for the most part, my wife is a good sounding board, and she'll let me vent.
Oh, good.
She'll let me vent. She'll let me get it, because like I said, I got when I got some stuff to say. I got some stuff to say. And I got to get it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, it's hard for people to communicate, and so that's one thing that I do on a daily basis is I make sure that I'm communicating and sharing my day. Now I'll come home because I have to decompress.
Right.
I gotta, so I'll come home and I'll, go in our room, and I just it's kind of like meditate a little bit.
Yeah.
And then once I get my faculties about me,
My man.
I'll come out in the living room, and then we'll yuck it up and we'll
Join,
chat a little
join
bit.
everybody else.
Yeah, and then not to mention to have a little nightcap, a couple
Little
nightcaps.
nightcap, yeah.
Not every night, but every
That's good. Have you always been an effective communicator?
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay,
Sometimes a lot of people don't.
that's good.
Sometimes people don't listen. I got a lot to say. I got to talk about some stuff, but yeah. And I've been blessed with a lot of patience. That's one thing that God blessed me with. So yeah, patience and communication for me is key, and that's what calms me down and that, and I'm working out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. What about you?
Well, for me, this has been mental health is everything. Especially this last year, just going through the passing of my father, and trying to come to grips with those sorts of things. And I usually take, like I said, I got an hour ride home, hour and 20 on Fridays with the beach traffic. So that's my time to kind of decompress. And once I pull up in my driveway, and that's time for me to spend with my family, and they pretty much keep me grounded. And some of my outlets, like I said, I play golf and all these sorts of things to kind of relax my mind a little bit. But my support system, with my mom, my sister, my family, wife and kids, and everybody, they're a big part.
Shout out to Miss McCullough too.
Good.
Shout out to Mom. No doubt. Yo, and not to mention, Tiff turned me on to the to-go cup. Long Island iced tea at the Mexican restaurant by his job. That helps.
Definitely helps.
So they can order it. Let's walk out with it. He said,
Hey,
go ahead. They'll do it.
Definitely very helpful. Yeah, it makes you ride home a lot
They
better.
make it right. They make it right too. I was like, damn. Okay. I have that to go, sir. So yo, man. So listen, as we all do work with kids, and me, you come in from a law enforcement perspective, and Tiff, you coming from an educational perspective. Well, man, what can we do to shift the mindset of these kids out here as far as taking education more serious and all of this beefing and what can we? Is there anything from y'all's perspective that you think that we can maybe do to kind of rein these kids in and make them, kind of take the education serious, and this whole thing about all this beefing and stuff going on? What can any ideas about maybe what we can do with that?
A lot of it is you have to show them things outside of their world. Working with kids in Wilmington, North Wilmington, and I have the opportunity to share my experiences, and we have different programs where we can show them things outside of Wilmington, because a lot of them, that's all they'll ever see. How are you going to tell someone you want them to go to college if they've never physically been on a campus to see what college looks like? So I think by kind of dangling that carrot in front of them and showing them, what potentially you can become. And it's funny that you said, I was sitting in a class a couple of weeks ago, and it was a financial advisement class. Basically, it was talking about stuff that you use in the real world, and they were showing them how to use a budget effectively in terms of rent and the types of car you would have and your insurance. And the kids were just almost traumatized because, you have this false sense of how far $3,000 will actually go, which is not very far when you go pay your
trip
bills.
right there, baby.
Exactly. So, just showing them, like, if you go to college and you major in this and you become this, then you can make this. And I think until we start showing them, what it is that they can become, it'll be better for all of them.
What say you, Meat?
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I'm the school resource officer at Dover High School. This is my 11th year as a resource officer, and getting into law enforcement, that's what I knew. I knew I wanted to get into that, the juvenile unit and work with the youth, especially, from my childhood and the things that I had to endure coming up. Like I said earlier, I grew up without a father. So, I know how tough it is. You go to these different sports functions and things like that, and you see your boys and their fathers are there, a strong male figure there, to support and represent them. And I didn't have that. Thank God that I had friends and things like that had male role models and fathers that took me under the wing. But so for me, it was easy. Like, cause I, like Tiff said, I just wanted to share, and pay it forward and let these kids know that, like, just because you come from humble beginnings, you can make something out of yourself. You just, and for me, it's just with the kids, I touch them every day. I touch them and, lay hands on them every day just to let them know that I care, that I love them, and that, I want them to make something out of themselves. And I support them every day. It's about consistency.
Yeah.
And when Tiff and I worked together for a few years, and that's the one thing that we would do. And those kids would come down to our office and we, we just sit there and we talk and chop it up and just bond. And they knew we cared. So when they were going through a tough time at the crib, and they come into school and see a lot of teachers wouldn't take the time out to figure out where the anger and stuff is coming from.
Yeah.
But we would see, we gotta peel the layers back.
Absolutely.
And get to the root of the issue and come to find out it's not the teachers, it's not the principal, it's not us that they're pissed with. Home life is jacked up. And so that's what that's what I do on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
So I'm where I'm supposed to be. I think it was my calling to do that.
Absolutely.
And, so it's about consistency and just let them know every day that, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
And so I take pride in that, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's good.
You touched on something that needs to take place. In terms of kids, until you connect with them, they will not progress.
Right.
Specifically, I'm gonna use me as an example. I've always tried to surround my kids with positive people. My son got into law enforcement because of Uncle Meek.
Yeah, no doubt.
You try to surround your kids around people who are positive, and in that type of career field, so they can pick their brain and ask questions. Because they've been calling y'all two uncle since they came out the womb. So
long history.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So even like with our own children, and let me go back a second. I do think it's important. Y'all both touched on. I think, and I work with younger kids, and then in my second job, I work with teenagers. But I do think it's important because some of these kids don't ever hear "I love you." They don't ever get hugs. And we talking about this is a bare basic minimum that any child should get.
Yeah.
I love you. Come here, let me give you a hug.
Yeah.
And I know it goes back deeper than that because a lot of times the parents weren't shown that, so it's hard to give what you didn't get. I get that part. So I do think it's important to do those things. And I work with little kids, and every day I show up, and it makes me Mr. Like that does it. Even if I'm having a bad day, that does it for me. They running up to give me a hug. I'm going to do a pound. They coming in for the hug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I agree. I think we're all, and Shay's works with kids. I think we're all where God meant for us to be.
Yep.
Definitely.
I truly believe that.
So earlier I heard you guys say, well, you actually had said this, like, would you believe we would all be working with kids when you were younger? So what did you really want to do when you were younger?
Oh, you couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be in the league. Like, you couldn't tell me I wasn't playing. You couldn't tell me I wasn't going to be playing on Sundays.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but then as you get older and things start, become, put things in perspective, it's like, all right, I play defensive tackle. I'm 5'11" on a good day.
Okay.
At least to play in the league, I play defensive tackle. I at least got to be, 6'2" plus.
Okay.
So then I was like, oh shit, I got to work on the plan B. I got to figure this thing out real quick. And I said, you know what? God gave me strength. Gave me size. Gave me a little bit of intelligence. And I looked around the community and I saw that there wasn't a lot of police officers that looked like me.
Right.
But Dover is predominantly, African American, Hispanic.
Right.
I said, you know what? There it is. And it was crystal clear. And so I went that route.
Wow.
Never looked back. So I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. What about you?
I mean, as a young kid, I always wanted to play basketball.
Yeah.
But
Shit,
we all did. You know what I mean? But the real world hits you in the face real quick.
Right.
Yes,
Facts.
sir.
And
Facts.
let you know like you're not as great as you think you are at playing basketball. So, immediately after high school, I went, to WMU, HR major, human resource management. Graduated in 3 years, couldn't find a job because it was, at the time, for old people. Like, you had to be old to be an HR manager. So,
You had to come in 40 already.
Yeah, exactly. So, my wife recommended that I, get a gig as a para down at the consortium, Sussex Consortium down in Cape.
Oh, that's how that started?
That's how it started, man. And
Oh,
then
wow.
I went back to school and got my teaching certification. Funny story. I took 51 credit hours in 1 year.
Wow.
27 one semester and 24 the next semester, just to get done because I had a son at the time.
Yeah.
Got done, and then I started teaching at middle school, Caesar Rodney. So,
But did you work at Cape? Oh, no, Jose was at Cape.
I was at Cape. I was at Cape for 2 years as a behavioral manager.
Yeah.
Cape. So, yeah.
Front line right there for real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So, my journey is a little different than what I thought, because, like you said, if you told 18-year-old Tiff that I'd be a high school administrator, I'd be like, man, you crazy. Because the administrators in our high schools didn't deal with us like that. So,
No,
Right.
no, not at all.
That's not someone I looked up to, except for Dr. Robinson.
Dr. Robinson was pretty cool.
I love Dr. Robinson.
Dr. Robinson.
But other than
Savini
that-
was cool.
Yeah, Savini was cool.
Savini
also,
was cool.
Yeah,
I forgot about Savini.
Yeah,
I ran into Savini a couple years ago at the Y. It's my guy. But yeah.
Hey,
Like-
Two said, hey, Tiff and Meek.
Hey.
Hey, two.
I ain't seen two since 91.
CR in the building.
I love these
Heavy.
nicknames. What was your nickname?
Who, me?
Yeah.
E.
E. Oh, okay.
E
All
double.
right.
Eli. Yeah.
Okay.
Special ed. Well, listen, the hate that I get in this room. At first, I thought it was just Jen. Now I see Tasha's on it
Tasha
too.
hating on you.
It's all good, Tasha. I hope you have to work 10 shifts in a row. without
Wow.
Off day.
I want to piggyback off y'all answers. Do you think, because you know, what you said was, I thought I was going to be playing on Sundays somewhere,
yeah.
right? And the real world kicked in. Both of you said the real world kicked in, and you had to come up with a plan B.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I think that a lot of our households kind of push our kids athlete music, and we need to show them that there's more out there.
Absolutely.
There you go.
And I think that really needs to be talked about. And because you guys both have touched on that, it's important, because I know there's a lot of kids that's actually graduating now they were great athletes in high school, but they're not getting the scholarships to go further, or injury, and there's no plan B. It's like, what do I do now? Right?
It's an all or nothing mentality,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see it every day with my students at Dover High, the athletes at Dover High, and Tiff can attest to this. So I try to, because when you're 17, 18, and you think you're good at something, nobody can tell you nothing.
Nobody can tell
I'm
you
that
nothing.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm him.
I was
Yeah.
the greatest point guard ever in my mind.
Yeah, I'm him. Like you can't. I'm that guy, right? So, but then what happens is you got to break it down to him like this. The United States alone is a big place. Do you understand that you're 6 foot. There is a 6'6", and okay, let's go 6'8" guy that does exactly what you do, and he's 6'8".
Yeah.
So what do you think of college coach when we're looking at both of you? Who are you gonna go with? Right. So you got to keep everything. You try to sell the whole perspective to them, and just like, look, I'm not trying to crash your hopes. I'm not trying to crash your dreams. I'm not, because there's a lot of 6 foot cats that made it into the league, right? So I'm not trying to do that, but keep it in perspective, and also have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Right? Have a backup plan, and also work that as well.
You know how I do it too, to put it in even more perspective, especially kids, because everybody want to go to the NBA.
Right.
And I see kids that suck. Your attitude is horrible. You're not going to go. And I said, listen, that's about 300 jobs. Think about this. In the NBA, that's about 300 jobs. It's 1 million people trying to get them 300 jobs. That's like one of us hitting the lottery, the mega ball.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. I'm not saying it's impossible.
That's an excellent
That's
analogy.
hard to do.
I'm gonna steal that, by the way. That's an excellent analogy.
That's only 300 gigs a year.
Yeah.
You have to take the 12th man on the bench is better than the average dude walking on the street. The dude who never see the court kill, he could come to any park and kill everybody.
Correct.
The dude that never takes his warm-ups off. Ain't played all season. He'll kill everybody on a regular playground or at the Y.
Correct.
And that's how but they still don't get it.
No. we're dealing with a different breed of
Yeah.
adolescent, juvenile, whatever however you want to call them, but we're dealing with a different breed.
Absolutely.
So it's important as for us to constantly consistency, and we got to just stay on them, and not quit. And I tell my kids every day, I'm not. You can be mad at me today, but I'm not letting up.
Right.
I'm not letting up. I tell my kids that all the time too.
We're not quitting on you.
No.
Yeah.
You gonna hear listen, my twins, they're 23, Demetrius and Dion, and they'll tell you, God, Poppy, I get it. God, you get up there and you get on that soapbox, man, and you talking for an hour and a half. Now I need you to hear me. I'm gonna keep on doing it. It's either that I can't do you like how I got done growing up.
Right.
I just get tightened up quick.
Yeah.
Can't do that these days.
Yeah.
Y'all had to come make sure y'all got something on my books. 'Cause I'm gonna be locked up. You know what I mean? So I gotta, you gonna hear my voice.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
So
It's important.
yeah.
So listen, Tiff, you have a son and a daughter to meet. You have 2 sons, and you have one you had a lot of space in between the twins and Max.
Oh yeah. 10 years apart.
Was your parenting methods different with Jordan and Jada? Like, did you raise them differently? They're not that far apart, but far enough. And one's a girl. Did you do things differently with Jada than you did with Jordan?
I don't think I did. Not intentionally.
We got to ask them to see what they say.
You'd have to ask them, but I don't think I did anything intentionally. Especially where my son's concerned. Where he had lots of positive role models in his life. My daughter the same. I tried to instill in them, the importance of hard work. Hard work basically gets you what you want.
Get you in a door that the others they won't.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's real talk.
My son, he's a grinder. Like he works. Like he works.
He do work like he got a couple kids
he
and
do.
2 baby mamas.
Daddy,
he work like child support, killing it.
Daddy does.
He go. I'll give him that.
If they ask him at work who wants the overtime, he's the first one to raise his hand. Man, he all about working. He about his money and.
Jordan probably got $100K in the bank already.
Easy, and he's living at the crib.
And I wouldn't go nowhere. I ain't living in the crib. I ain't going nowhere.
I wish I had that luxury. I can have that.
Look, I just get a little room for the freaking freak because I got all this expendable money. Me and the Holiday Inn to be on first term basis.
Now Jada was the athlete. She was the grinder from I'm gonna say age 6 maybe. She had already made up her mind that she was going D1 in 2 sports. We were talking about the commitment it takes for a D1 athlete. People don't understand, what you have to put your body through and what you have to put your mind through. And I'm talking about, all the way through high school, driving her to DC 3 times a week for basketball.
I used to talk to you, but like, where you at now? Man, driving Jada down this highway.
If I wasn't driving her to DC, then we were driving up to Conshohocken. For soccer, she couldn't make a decision which one she liked more, and wouldn't make a decision because she loved both. So we supported her in that, and she was blessed to have several D1 offers. Chose to go to Del State, and I'm blessed because I don't have to write any checks.
Man, how about it?
Free.
That is a blessing right there.
So,
that is a blessing.
she wants to be an elementary school teacher.
She keeping the tradition going.
Yeah.
We gonna have McCullough High School in a little while. Let's just keep it funky. Whole family in education.
Oh, they're gonna name a school after them for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely going down. Either them or the victories.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, but I don't think I did anything different. I tried to. We tried. I keep saying I. Josette and I tried to show them different things.
Tiff talking like he was a single dad.
Like I'm a single dad, right? Like she did a lot, sometimes more than I did. With my daughter and all the driving, and we joked that we both got Cadillacs with almost 200,000 miles on them because we were driving. It was nothing. The one time the coach from UNC Greensboro wanted her to come up for a weekend, so you just jump in a car, you take her down there, and
6 hours, we out.
And it was like that all the way through high school. And, I would drive my son back and forth to football camp, Notre Dame, and Michigan, and all these things, just to, show them,
support them,
show them, and support their dreams, and and let them know, okay, if them dreams don't work, then hey, we're gonna have a plan B, which is your education, and they truly understand the importance of education. by having two educated parents. Mom's a doctor, and you got uncles and aunts that are principals and assistant principals, and Josette's whole side of families in education. One's an HR director and principals and the whole nine. So the blueprint was pretty much written if you want to get an education. So I don't think you'd have to ask Jada if I treated her.
So, Meat, I want you to answer the same question, but sidebar. I know we're getting older because you Negroes got Cadillacs.
Yeah. I know. And we got the same car.
The same car.
Got the same car, same color, right? Yeah, man.
When we pulled up, when we all got together at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was like, damn, I thought that was Tiff. It was me getting out. I said, what are you doing in this Tiff car? He said, no, me and Tiff got the same car.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Hey.
But yo, what's the difference? What do you think has been the difference between how you carried your older kids as opposed to Max? How do you raise them differently, or do you?
Well, that's good. So I was a
Max
little.
Max is what, 10?
He's 13.
They're
10 years. Yeah, they're 10 years apart. So my twins are 23. He's 13. Their birthdays are 5 days apart.
Max and the twins.
Yeah, y'all. Everybody's November. You're November.
True that.
Yeah.
All right.
So he's November 12th. The twins are November 17th. So
Scorpios, they dangerous too. Woo, child.
Yeah. A lot of personality, man. It's a lot of personality.
I know it.
Yeah. So shoot, I didn't have a blueprint. You know what I mean? So I had to figure this thing out. And I explained to the twins like, yo, listen, I'm figuring this thing out as it goes. I'm growing with you guys. Like, so that was my first marriage is when I had the twins.
Right.
But we great co-parents, man. We always presented a united front. Even if I didn't agree with their mom, they wouldn't know it.
Right.
Because even if, I didn't agree with her, I would present it like I do agree.
Yeah. That's important.
Yeah, and you have to present it that way. And that's why they're the way that they are and so successful in the way they are, because they were like, darn, mom and dad not together, but darn, they act like they still married because we can't get away with nothing. And that's important. So like I said, I wanted to, break it's a generational curse. So I wanted to break that curse. I said, I'm not raising them the way I was brought up because, I get the spankings and all this. Like, but there's another way.
Yeah.
And so that's why they heard my voice a lot until to the point where it was embedded in them. And they, even when they thought about doing something crazy or thought about doing something, like, damn, I ain't the pop, no. And I don't even want to think about him putting his mitts on me. I don't want them kind of problems. So, but now, Max, with my current wife, he's testing everything, bro.
I'm about to say, Max seems like he's a king of pushback.
But here's the deal. It's me at that age.
He's you, literally.
So how can you
He damn sure look like you. He built like you.
Everything, right?
No, he acts just like him.
Yeah. So how can you teach the you out of your youngest? So if somebody got to answer that, please hit me up, please. Let me know, because I'm trying, and that's the tough part. But so there's a little difference, and I hear from the twins every once in a while. Yo, Pop, daggone well, you wouldn't have did that to us,
Right.
I'm older too, son. I'm older too, D.
Right.
Good Lord, cut me some slack. Like,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I am a little easier on him, but at the same time, he still hears my voice too. So
Yeah.
and he knows. Like, if I get a certain tone, that joker, he'll stop rating his tracks. So I still got it. So
I remember when I first. Go ahead, Shay.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember when I first met y'all, right? So here's what happened. How I'm glad y'all came along, because man, I don't know where this brother is, but bless him wherever he is. But it was between y'all and Jundale Harris.
Oh God.
And who was my next door neighbor?
Yes.
So he was the first person I met because he lived beside me, and I used to be like, "Yo," he called me Arkansas. He said, "Yo, man," I said, "Yo, Jundale, are you going to school tomorrow?" Because I ain't know nobody. He was like, yeah, I'm going. He never went to school. I was like, yo. Yeah. I would come home from school. He'd be in the yard smoking some weed or something. I'm like, yo, where was you at? He's like, I couldn't make it tonight. I couldn't make it today, dog. I was out late last night. So I said, you going tomorrow? I said, please, I need you. And not knowing I didn't need him. He was good dude, but he was into some street stuff, but I didn't know it. I just knew this was the only dude I knew. And this big old school, to me, coming from Turl, it was like massive. So I needed somebody. He was like, yeah, I got you. I'm going tomorrow. I go over there, knock on the door. Miss Verline come to the door. I was like, is John Deere here? She's like, no, and if you see him, you tell him to bring his ass home. Again, John Deere. Boy, I was so glad when I met these dudes and they scooped me up, man, because I was like literally starting from scratch. I knew it's not like I moved in and had cousins. I knew nobody.
Well,
And I don't even know who I met first.
well, I know for me it was. I kept hearing, and I was a decent basketball player. I was, I like basketball, but I wasn't built for basketball. But I can hoop a little bit.
That working.
So everybody was coming to me like, yo, man, you see that dude got a new cat. He came up from Arkansas. He gonna give you the business, yada, yada, yada. I was like, man, listen, we got open runs. He can come on in here if you want. He can get this work. I don't know why I opened my mouth like that. Because it felt like I was playing against Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, wow.
That's real talk.
You was like that?
Man, he gave me buckets after buckets after buckets.
Okay.
So at that point, I was like, that's my, I'm his friend. Like, I'm.
Well, my dad knew Ernie.
From the Air Force.
Oh, the Air Force.
Yeah.
So
connection,
my dad told me to go over to Briar Park and get you because you had just got here.
Okay. So I might have met you first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I went to Briar Park and picked you
You're
up.
right. The brown Toyota.
The Brown Hornet. The Brown Hornet.
The Brown Hornet. Yep. Picked you
Sure
up.
did.
Went to the base gym.
Man.
Been tight ever since.
Yeah. Yo, you remember that day we went out to the base? I tell this story all the time. We went out to the base. It was us three, Mark, and I don't know who we picked up for our fifth. But remember we ran that court, man. We was out there all day.
These were grown men.
Grown men. We
In the
were
military.
running them off the court.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I call ourselves, we was a fan. You couldn't tell me, hey, listen, you know the boys. You couldn't tell me we wasn't the running rebels. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Larry Johnson. you remember that, E? That's back when I had hair. I had my part down the middle. You couldn't. I was Larry Johnson. He was what's my man name?
Greg Anthony.
Greg Anthony. You couldn't tell us. We was running things back then.
Yo, and you know the great thing about moving here too, and we all could get on the base. You could play all night. The gym never closed.
Never closed.
And that's what, and that probably helped. And not that we were in any trouble anyway, because we just want to play ball, but we have access 24/7. What was better than that?
Nothing.
When one shift get off at the Air Force, they would come in. Then the second shift would get off, they come in and play at night. Third shift would come in the morning. You could play 24 hours if you wanted to.
Yep.
It never ended.
Wow.
And we balled.
And then he took me under his wing. My 11th, I was in 11th grade. You were a senior.
My senior year.
And I lived with him my junior year.
Okay.
Just had some some family stuff going on, and sister Shirley, man.
Yeah.
That was like my mom. She rest in peace.
Yeah, love some Shirley.
Yeah, man. That was my baby there, man. And she took me in and treated me like family. Like she would get on me too. Like, get your ass up. You got cleaned it. So we was around there cleaning the kitchen, cleaning the bathroom. Yeah. And then when they would take their annual trip down to Arkansas, I was there watching the house and stuff like
Holding
that.
it
Man.
down.
So holding it down. But yeah. So this
We
guy
go back.
here. So we were like, I was bigger than he was, man. But this cat here was something else.
Jordan always.
I learned all my bad. I learned all my bad things from that dude.
I believe it.
His son Jordan always wants to know which one of us was the worst. And they all point to me.
I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yo, so you was the worst, huh? I'd be like, I don't know why they say that, Jordan.
No, I tell Jordan. But I tell Jordan all the time. I said his dad, because that's back when light skin was in. I said,
Yeah, we had to fight against that.
Yeah, I had to.
And the curly hair?
And the curly hair. I ain't have a chance. I was like, But yeah.
Man.
I have a question. I think two. So what has been the glue to your friendship, to keeping your friendship together? And the second question is, has there ever been conflict between, and if so, how was it resolved?
I mean, for me, we communicate. Like I call E all the time. Like I'll just pick up the phone and call him, and we'll talk for an hour. Like we across the street or whatever. But same thing with me.
Mark said, hands down, E was the worst. Thanks, Mark.
He lucky he not here because that's a lie.
Larry, you was off
That's
the hook.
a lie.
Once you got them contacts, it was over.
No. Here, tell the truth. Once his skin cleared up and he got them contacts, that cat. That's why he got the nickname Player.
Exactly.
Right. Like I don't know what he talking about. You lucky you down in Florida. You ain't up here. Do something else.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to read that. I was like, Mark, what are you talking about?
Get sidetracked.
Yeah, we always. I mean, the three of us were always tight. We, like I said, we played ball together, and if I was in the car, one of them was in the car with me.
Yeah.
I tell this story. I'm not gonna say any names, but we were out on base, me and you, and you saw two brothers, and you said stop the car. So I stopped the car, whatever, and he just jumps out and just commences to.
I know who you're talking about. The bullies.
Yeah.
They thought they were.
Because they was bullies. They was just bullies. And they done hopped on a couple of people I considered friends and stuff. They were just bullies, and I just.
Oh, we from Jersey.
Yeah,
we're from Jersey.
And I just had enough because they didn't see nothing like me before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
by the time I got my seatbelt off and went over there, it was over.
It was over.
I was over it, and it was cool. It was a wrap after that. And I'm not even that type of person. Anybody who knows me, they'll tell you, yeah, me's a big boy. He's a big teddy bear.
And I mean, they both always been like brothers. You know what I mean? They call my mom, they call my dad pops, and I did the same thing with their people. And we've been like brothers more so than friends. So even if we go a couple months and don't speak, they're always
we pick right back up.
Pick right back up.
Yeah, always
I
on my
love
heart.
relationships like that.
Always on my heart. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine not having these two in my life. They just super guys, man, and my kids love them, family loves them. So yeah,
That's what's up.
This is good energy. It's genuine.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from the day I first met E and Tiff and Mark, and me and Mark grew up together, out at Star Hill. So, but it's always been genuine. So shoot, I went without years talking to Ed, but when we get together, we pick right back up. Life stuff gets in the way.
And we can't let that be the reason either.
No. Yeah, you're right.
Especially when it's getting older now.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you're right.
These years are vital. So and that's to everybody out there. And I don't think we've ever had conflict.
No,
that's what Mark
what
just said. He said, "Quiet as it kept." I don't think we've had any conflict between us.
No, never.
Because we've always been one where we can say something about each other or to each other, and you're not holding any grudges about it. Like you say something you don't like, and then we talk about it and we move on.
Now, and I know me personally, like I said, I lived with Ed my junior year in high school, and so even though I'm bigger, I'm still the little brother, but he would put me in check, like yo, come on, man, we ain't doing that, man. What are you doing? Like so, and I looked up to him like a big brother. So, and everything, everything he said to me, I would like, okay, all right, I got you. I'll fall in line real quick. So that's just how it was.
I think we were all just learning, and we were good kids. It wasn't like we were bad kids.
No.
We just needed, and being at his house helps a lot too.
Absolutely.
Having that foundation right there. Because I would say the first time I went to Tiff's house, I was like, damn, these niggas rich. I never seen black people in the neighborhood like that. No, this is 89.
No, you're right. You're right.
They had the nice cars in the driveway, the nice big house. I was like, yeah, what the fuck is going on? And then I get in there and the parents, just dad from South Carolina, mom and dad.
Mom.
Just good down home people that put you right in, feed you, love on you.
Man, yeah.
Oh man,
yo, Tiff's mom give you a hug, man, and I'm telling you right now. And look, you just probably want to start crying.
Yeah.
That's the type of hug.
You might drop one.
Yo, listen,
you might drop one.
She'll hug on you and squeeze you so you be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Aww.
yeah.
You know what she do to me? If I see her alone, she was like, I'm mad at you. You ain't brought that baby down here.
She's saying to me all the time. That's what she said about Max. She said about, how old is he now? What, 16? I ain't seen him.
You ain't brought the baby down here.
Oh, she make you feel bad. She caught me in the Walgreens and hit me with in the Walgreens with that. I know. My apology. I'm sorry.
I love that.
Break you down. Shay, I'm gonna tell you, I'm blessed to have like I have my friends here in Delaware. Then I have my friends back home too. So I'm blessed to have these lifelong friendships. Like I don't know if a lot of people have friends all over the place like that, but I truly can say that I have my Delaware best friends and I have my Arkansas best friends. Like that to me is like, I know God shined on me when he gave me both of those.
Yeah.
Cause I've been falling out with my people back home. They love me. I haven't fallen out with these guys, man. So it's definitely a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have those.
I love it.
And I could mix the two. It wouldn't work. However, separately, everybody's awesome.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I mean, I think, I really enjoy this time with you guys and learning about your relationships and your friendships because I think it's important. I think that even just having this conversation is, it's giving a model for either people younger to look at. Like when you have conflict, you don't have to go to blows. You don't have to pull the guns out. You don't have to sit down and learn how to talk as men. You know, and that's so important. So kudos to you guys with your friendships. You know, E and we met at the Brandywine IOP program, and I was just coming back into the workforce because I stayed home with my sons for 3 years because I was afraid to put them in daycare. But he was like him and Mike Flagg, Mr. Flagg, may he rest in peace. They were the first two that was just like
no, Mark.
You know, really nice, really open, like encouraging me. It's okay, you'll be fine. You'll be able to take care of your babies and still, you know, work and all of that. And him and I have been cool ever since then. I don't even know what year that was.
2009, 10.
Yeah, we've
I remember
been
you
like.
told me, you was like, what is country dude coming here
I said, where
talking
you
to me?
from? But he just constantly made me laugh during a time where I felt guilty going back to work, leaving my kids, right? So it was cool, and we just been really cool ever since. So to be able to hear you guys, how you came together, and the fact that you are still close, and I'm gonna say brothers more than friends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like I'm an only child of my mother's, but I have sisters. I call them my sisters, but they're not my blood sisters. But we're closer than anything, you know, as if we grew up together, and it is a great feeling to have that, that support system, because not everybody have that.
Right.
So, keep that. Why haven't they been on the Rebirth Live?
It's a process.
Okay, we got Rebirth Live 4 coming.
Do you want to tell them what that is,
and
so they have an idea if they want to participate?
Yeah. So.
Why did I say participate?
I don't know, but it's okay. It's probably that stuff got you burned in my chest.
Let me pour you one more.
Nah.
I'm gonna get you one more.
I gotta get home.
I'm sure Shannon will appreciate it when you show up. Go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, Rebirth Live. It was just something we do the podcast for Rebirth, but Rebirth is much bigger than that. It was something that came to me years ago with going through a divorce and going through depression and all of that, right? And God gave me that name Rebirth, and pretty much is, sometimes the old you have to die inside in order for the new you to be reborn, right? So rebirth of the soul, and just kind of, helping people start life over after whatever crisis that they may go through, whether it's a divorce, chronic illness, whatever it is, you can always start your next chapter. So that's where Rebirth came from. So we have the podcast, and it's been a blessing. We were down Camden, Delaware, at the Hottest Live, and then we were blessed to come here to Philly Jamz 95.3, and we've been here for over 2 years now. So I don't know, this thing came to me and just said, hey, let's get in the community. Let's take this podcast, let's do it live. And my assistant, Jen, who's not here, we went to this one venue. I was only supposed to go in to book one show. Walked out booking 3 shows.
Wow.
And they were new to Delaware. So it was just like, we locked in a contract. We sold out every show.
Yeah.
Rebirth 1, 2, and 3. We sold out every show, and it has been a blessing.
Yeah.
People are now asking for Rebirth 4. Of course, I need to get through prom, graduation, and all of that, because it's a lot. It is draining. So basically, we put together a panel of people and we're talking about mental health. We're talking about relationships. We're talking about what's happening in our community. We're talking about families, the Black family.
Right.
And, keeping that strong. And, what are we missing between the Black man and woman? Why are we not communicating effectively? So we've had some amazing people on the panel. And, I mean, the feedback that we've gotten has been just so overwhelming.
The all men's panel was probably the one that they want that one back, right?
Yeah, because was that the one? Which
That was
one
the
was
last
Shaq on?
one.
Was
Shaq was on 2. Well, Shaq was on the Rebirth 2, then the last one he
that was
hosted with me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Eli had.
Yeah, that's so I enjoyed that one. That was
Oh, you.
While I tuned into that one,
okay.
You can be a part of the next one.
Absolutely.
Hey,
both of y'all.
Let me know, and I'm here.
Tiff did something with me years ago when I first started doing any of this stuff. When I had that panel in downtown Wilmington, with what do Black men really think? When I had that thing going on, what do Black men really think?
Oh.
Yeah. It predates. We're talking probably 10 years ago. But Tiff was on my panel. Yeah, probably so. Tiff was on my panel with a couple of other guys from the group. And we had like all the fellas on there, and then we had the people paid to come in. Vinny was the bartender. We grassroots with it. And it was a question Q&A with the fellas.
Yeah.
And so it's similar to that. But with a live DJ and food.
Yeah.
And a bar.
It's nice, y'all.
I need parts. I need
networking.
It's really nice. And we've actually outgrown Revive, which was the event space we were having at. We have outgrown it. They even said that we've outgrown it, but they're so excited because we started with them first. Yeah. So I am looking to move it to a bigger venue. But we are going to come back, and I absolutely would love to have you guys on because it's definitely a movement.
Yeah.
And I feel like you said earlier, I'm doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm walking in my purpose. And so I'm just excited about it. I got my partner here that has been supporting the vision, even when he tried to leave at one point. But it's all good. We're gonna go there.
We're gonna do that right there.
Anyway,
so listen. Before we go, I know we are over the time, but I just want to. If you guys can think back, what's one of the funniest stories that involved the three of us? Can we think of anything that was just hilarious? High school.
No, I can't talk about that on the air, man.
Shit, it was 30 years ago. Who cares? You change your names.
No.
All right. You ain't getting me in trouble.
Because some of these people are attorneys and doctors now, so we're going to look out for them.
I don't blame you.
The Freaknik 94, we don't want to get nobody. Okay. All right. We don't want to boycott it.
So
what?
Nothing. Listen. Listen, man. I love y'all, man. I want to thank y'all, man. It's been again 89. Y'all saved me because I could have been rocking with my man next door. God bless him. I don't know. I hope he's around and doing well. God bless him.
Because he was in the same house.
He was cool though. He just didn't go to school.
No, he didn't go to school. And I see his sister every day. Rona.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I see Rona every day.
I mean, they were cool people, man. They were cool neighbors for the most part. I didn't have no problem.
We'll see, John.
Anyway, let's not. We could talk off the air. But listen, man, thank y'all for saving me when I was, probably about to go back home. Yeah. Y'all was school, and I think basketball too saved me. Going to play in that at lunchtime, that saved me.
Man.
Oh, we would hoop it up.
That was crazy.
That saved me because nobody knew me until then. They was like, "Yo, who's the new guy? He can ball."
But you was out there cooking. Man, you was out there cooking cats, and they
And they was sending everybody at me. Oh, you wait, we gonna send Stevie Jones is coming. I cook him.
Yeah, trash
They was
him.
sending everybody and their mama to come
Everybody.
play me.
And then once people realized, you know what, and then
You think about that playing basketball at lunchtime and then going back to class smelling.
Thinking of the
Oh, Lord.
with a playing ball, a rayon shirt on and some Stonewatch jeans and some K-Swiss. Musty than a musty. With 3 periods left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I love y'all, man. Thank y'all, man.
Love you back, man.
Say anything you want to say on the way out?
Yeah, we have some things we got to wrap up the show with
Hey,
before we
Jen.
end. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for this experience. It has definitely been a pleasure meeting you. I have heard both of your names several times. So I've never met you in person, but Eli has mentioned you guys several times. Yeah. So it's nice to finally meet you guys in person. Yeah. And please, this is an open door. Please come back.
Yeah.
And please think about joining us on the next Rebirth Live.
Wait till I bring them turtle niggas up.
Yeah. Lord,
I'll show up for that.
It's gonna be pig feet and Hennessy everywhere.
Okay.
Shout out to the crib, baby.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Before we go out, we have a couple more announcements. I'm ready whenever you are, Tosh. All right, so August 4th, 2023, I will be hosting a night with Shauna Simone live in concert. Soul of the Woman, the perfect blend of R&B and jazz inspirational music. And that's going to be at Theater Inn at Nemours. So the tickets are available on shaunasimone.com. And that will be August 4th, 2023. Free parking, food, music, and vendors. Next, Cooling Out Thursdays. All right, again, this is going to be at Palico, classic R&B, hip-hop, mixed by DJ Swag. So that will be June 8th, actually this Thursday, $20. You must be 35 with ID. Happy hour starts 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Ladies are free before 6 p.m. So go out and support, guys. There's things to be, things happening in Delaware if you want to get out and have some fun. I think we got one more. Eli and I will be covering the Amazing Corner Community Health Fair. That's going down June 24th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Doc Levison Park, Doc Levison Drive, Middletown, Delaware. And this is free. We did this last year. We had a great time out there. It was kind of windy. We thought we was going to lose some kids in the trees from that bouncy house. But, we had a good time. So there's going to be vendors, kids, activities, giveaways, food trucks, senior resources, more. So I know they're going to be doing Zumba there, different levels, those that are advanced, those that are just starting. To come out is for the whole family. Have a great time, and that is June 24th. And don't forget, June 17th, meet us at the Riverfront.
Yes.
Chubb Rock will be rocking it. Treat them right.
Treat them right.
Yeah, man. I was playing that last night doing backward skating. It just took me back to my Ellesmere days.
Oh, Lord. What's the Ellesmere skating rink now?
Skating
a car lot?
It is. It is.
Things done changed.
But yeah. So once again, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you. Next Monday, who you got coming?
Oh, man. Next Monday, we have a phenomenal 2 guests. So it's a surprise. You just wait.
You don't know who it is.
I know.
Okay.
We coming back.
We coming back.
We'll
see y'all next Monday.
I know this just made me forget.
Did you see how cool he did?
Yeah.
It's a surprise. Wait till that's why we love you.
You're gonna be
Eli.
pleasantly surprised.
That's why we love you. All right, don't have no. All right now. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in once again.
Listen,
Thanks, Trish. Thank you. What?
The Real Housewives of Newcastle gonna be here. The Real Housewives of Southbridge gonna be in the building.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you next Monday. Until then, have a blessed week.
We've got something to share. We're really proud of our product and are excited to make it available on our website. Check it out now. We've got something to share. We're really proud of our product and are excited to make it available on our website. Check it out now.